Hello my beauties, welcome back to Salty Tarot. We're going to do just a quick little love reading, see what comes out. Once I go to the trouble of getting it all set up, I like to just record a couple of readings in a row. I'm trying to embrace the art of the very short reading, but there's often stops and starts, which cause readings to go a little bit longer than I intend. So the intent with this one is to really, for real, actually keep it kind of pithy. So what is going on in the connection between the collective and the person in their heart? That was far too many cards. We're going to put them all back. Okay, what's going on in the connection between the collective and the person in their heart? Hanging on. Release the past and let yourself love again. So if there's something you've been hanging on to from the past, this is a call from Spirit to let that go. What else is going on in this connection? You've got delicate balance. Strike a balance between freedom and commitment. How are those lining up? We've got secret desires. Unspoken needs can plunge you into deep confusion. Unspoken needs. We have enlightened truth. Share your insights, spreading awareness with the power of honesty. We have soul's compass. Let intuition guide your steps, illuminating the life path meant for you. Maybe we can go like that. So I'm just ruminating here. So if there's some unspoken needs that you haven't articulated that are bringing you into confusion, and maybe that's the balance that you're trying to strike between freedom and commitment, then there's a call here to be honest about those truths, about those desires, those secret desires. And in so doing, spreading awareness, so sort of being the change, that you want to see in the world. And following your intuition as you do that. Finding your life path. We have swept away, caught up in the romance or clearing out emotions. So there might be some emotional attachments, same as here, that you're clearing away. Or on the other hand, maybe you're feeling swept away in romance. Couple more messages, please, Spirit. What's going on in this connection? Whoa. That's quite funny. It came out kind of sideways. I'm going to take it as this way, but it's funny because it flew out of the deck into these daffodils are from a jar of daffodils that my child plucked from the earth. And it flew sort of right into the daffodils and past them. And so what I was saying is that if it were upside down, Spirit speaks was what I saw. So it was quite funny because I was saying, what else does Spirit want to say about this? And it says Spirit speaks, and the message is counsel's compass. Seek advice to steer judgment as insightful talks illuminate your journey. So seek advice, and then have maybe some of those more challenging conversations where you're perhaps sharing. This is specifically coming under secret desires, so maybe get some advice, maybe professional advice, maybe from friends that you trust or who have similar experiences. And then, bringing yourself around to that honest communication. Maybe with this delicate balance coming out with swept away, perhaps you're feeling swept away and feeling like you need to strike that balance where you're not losing yourself in a connection. And that came out, I was taking it this way. We've got laid to rest, let go of lingering disputes and make peace together. Bottom of the deck is Revelation's canvas. Expose truths and divulge secrets to create a masterpiece of clarity. So there's a lot here about becoming more authentic, getting in touch with your own desires, communicating those to your partner, And, that balance between freedom and commitment, and hanging on to sort of your selfness your selfiness as you maybe speak those desires into material reality. So we're going to move on to the tarot, and then we'll get some channeled messages at the end. We're going to use the Affirmators Tarot for this one. Spirit, please tune me in to the collective and what's going on with their person. What is going on for the collective and their person? So what are the general energies at this time in this connection? What are the energies of this connection? Okay, there's so many cards that just came out. Okay, we've got King of Cups in reverse. We've got Knight of Cups. We've got Four of Wands in reverse. And we've got Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So as far as I'm concerned, it came out like this. Actually, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can be about sort of rushing into love or falling in love. It can also be about being caught up in fantasies of love. So we've got either some repressed emotions, some blockages happening, some instability in the relationship, and then some issues in terms of like maybe the relationship, if you've been in a relationship with your person, the person that is in your heart that you're asking about today, it may be that relationship has hit some material instability, or there's been some hidden costs to it. So sort of unexpected costs of, actually that goes well with the oracle cards from earlier. So that balance of freedom and commitment, maybe the commitment has come at a cost for you. Maybe that cost has been about needing to repress desires. And there may be actually some, resulting in instability in the relationship. So it might be that you're sort of rushing ahead or feeling the need to rush ahead with disclosing, those hidden desires to your partner, or to possibly exploring them on your own as well, with that freedom versus commitment balance. Yeah, let's continue. Oh, whoa, my broken toe is not so fun. One thing about recording tarot readings is it keeps me in place, not moving. As you may have noticed, I have a very difficult time keeping still. I'm kind of always doing something, always moving. Until I collapse. And then I don't move for sometimes days or whole weeks. But until then, I'm just kind of always in motion. I have not asked a question yet, but thank you for the affirmation. So could we please get some cards for the energy of the collective? So your energy. Let's look at your energy in this connection. So what is your present energy? Your present energy. 1 to 3 cards for your present energy in this connection, in the connection with the person in your heart. There's the Strength card coming out again. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Chariot. Okay, so the Three of Cups can have a variety of meanings. These little butterflies specifically have cups of drink in their hands, as the Three of Cups characters often do. And so 3 cups can mean celebration, good times. In reverse, it can sort of mean too much of that. It can be like there's just been a little, sort of like the next step to the 4 of Cups. So it can be like too much of a good time, like kind of suffering the ill effects of too much partying, too much celebrating. But it can also refer to a need to feeling a need to suppress oneself in a connection, or to suppress one's creativity or impulses. feeling compelled to fit in, feeling like you have to sort of suppress yourself in order to fit in. So maybe you've been feeling constrained in the connection and like you have to make less of yourself within the connection, and you might be feeling that really strongly. That's one possible meaning here. You might have been doing a very, very good job of, not letting your true colors shine through, or feeling, you might be really feeling like you have to do that. With the Chariot here, the Chariot is about sort of taking control, and that's the bottom of the deck energies. So it might be that you feel like this dynamic has become a little bit unstable or possibly even toxic for you, and that there's a need to sort of get, like, maybe you have been partying a lot, maybe you have addictions issues that have gotten a little bit out of control, maybe they've gotten really significantly out of control, or you're feeling a need to get them in balance, so bringing your, the strength of your ability to control the situation. You might be even feeling like you have done that, just being drawn to this lion. He just looks so proud of himself. And he's like, yes, I did it. I can do it. So possibly you already have done that and you're feeling quite good about that. And if that's the case, then maybe this chariot makes a little bit more sense insofar as it might be like now you're sort of full steam ahead and pursuing, whatever else you want to. Maybe these, but again, with those earlier messages, it might be that there's some kind of desires that you feel like you've had to suppress because of the relationship. I don't want to say within the relationship. Maybe, who knows, maybe it's something completely not to do with relationships, like perhaps you have career aspirations, or that maybe your partner is not supporting, or that you feel like your energy is being drawn away from focusing on, maybe you want to go back to school, maybe you want to have kids and your partner doesn't want to. Whatever it is, there's something that's like not coming through. My initial reading, of course, partly because that is my nature, but also because of just kind of the energy of those earlier cards, was that there was some kind of like, maybe sexual fantasies or some kind of exploration that you feel like you've had to suppress just due to being in a relationship. And that can be a desire to explore with other people, but it can also be a desire to perhaps experience certain specific things that, maybe you're feeling like you have to withhold that information from your partner or from a partner, or maybe being in a relationship is not conducive to pursuing whatever it is. So whether it's, of that nature or something completely other than relationships, it seems like you're feeling a need to get a handle on it or address it in some way, and then bring some strength to the situation, whether that means controlling the urge and, suppressing it more, and then moving forward, or whether that means bringing strength to, what that is, like bringing it to the surface, speaking it out loud, pursuing it, if it's something that's healthy to pursue. And then moving forward and just, feeling a really strong, like you're coming through with willpower. You've got the willpower to do whatever this is. Okay, and what is your person's energy? The person in your heart. What is their energy in the connection at this time? What's going on for your person? What's going on for your person, Spirit? What's going on for the person in the heart of our collective accessing the reading at this time, at the time they're accessing the reading? What is going on for your person? Ooh. We've got 3 of Wands in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, and 2 of Wands. That is interesting. Bottom of the deck. No way. That's incredible. That's beautiful. Wild. Okay, so the King of Swords in reverse is about gaslighting behavior, manipulation, controlling, being domineering. So if any of that resonates, those are really sticky, hard energies to be in. So if you're seeing any of that from your person, this might be confirmation for you. The Three of Wands in reverse it can refer to a lack of self-esteem. So it might be a situation where your person is feeling maybe out of control of themselves, of the relationship, of, like maybe they can feel, maybe you're slipping away. It's kind of what I'm getting the sense of, and maybe they're sensing that. They might be picking up on you kind of retreating emotionally, and perhaps their response is to sort of try and manipulate the situation, or dominate the situation to sort of get you to stay. If you're getting anything like that from your person, please be very, very careful. Please access resources. I was just looking at a description that referred to like brain fog. If you're feeling any brain fog in your relationship, that can be a sign that you're being manipulated by the other party. And if you're finding that you're kind of lost in confusion, things aren't making sense, they're not adding up properly, then it might be that somebody's engineering the situation to make it look that way. It also talks about needing to make sure you do a thorough background check on your person. So, find out about past relationships, find out about, other current relationships that they might potentially be in. Just, ask questions and do some digging to see if what you think you're dealing with is actually what you're dealing with. And so Three of Wands can be about like being a bit directionless as well. So it might be that your person has been in the energies of feeling out of control of the situation, and maybe handling it in a not very helpful or productive manner. Yeah, and sort of be on the lookout for behavior that may be selfish or callous. Even if it is coming out of like a feeling of uncertainty, that certainly is not anything that you need to tolerate. So if you're in that situation, you certainly have my sympathies, and do please be careful and do some research about your person before making any decisions. And of course, don't make assumptions. But if this is confirming anything for you, tarot is meant to confirm your instincts. And if this card is doing that for you, then please take care of yourselves and please be cautious. The Two of Wands suggests a change in direction. So if your person has been in those energies, it might be that they're changing course. And if indeed they are changing course, then, it looks again like we've got willpower and drive coming through and like a desire to move forward. If they're able to set that to right and you feel assured that they have, or it wouldn't be a situation where you're like, oh, maybe. It would be like, you see it, you see the steps they're taking, you've had the conversation, you know exactly what's going on. And, you still need to consider whether you trust that that's a situation that is worthy of you. Is this person worthy of you? Is the connection between you worthy of you? And so it might also be that they're asking some of those questions as well. If they've been like in these energies of manipulating the situation or feeling unclear about what's going on or what the future is, then, maybe they're switching course and heading off in a different direction. These two horses are going in different directions. So since the Chariot came out for both of you, and then combined with this King of Swords in reverse, possibly there's a change of course that's percolating for your person right now, if that resonates. I will continue to draw a few more cards, just in case the King of Swords in reverse situation is kind of like on the lower end of that spectrum. But, please do, if you're in a situation where you feel like that might apply to you, the more serious side of it, please do seek out help. Please call in your support networks. If your support networks have eroded during the relationship, then seek out professional support. It's out there. And, there are transition houses, for example, in every town and city, and they're all able to network with each other too. So if you find yourself in a situation where safety is needed, please find it. Please get yourself there, okay? And for those who are facing just a little bit of, maybe self-esteem issues from your person causing them to act out or behave badly, sort of on the less serious end of that spectrum. We will continue. So what is the highest possible outcome for this connection at this time? What is the highest possible outcome supposing present factors continue? We've got that Two of Wands, so that change of course. Bottom of the deck is Eight of Wands in reverse. So if you're considering making a shift out of a relationship that, might potentially, like if you're aware of any repercussions that could follow from you exiting a relationship, again, please get yourself to safety. Please seek out resources and ensure that you have the ability to get there and that you can have a conversation with somebody who works in that field who will be able to give you more specific information about that. Okay, leaving that off. So the Eight of Wands in reverse can refer to sort of a lack of progress. So it might be that the pair of you are trying to make a shift in your relationship. So maybe there's like a shift in direction that you're both feeling. Maybe that's internal to the relationship. But it might be that you're facing a bit of a lack of progress or feeling like it's stalled or, that it's not coming to fruition as you might like it to. Is there anything that could help bring about this shift in direction, bring about a healthy, needed shift in direction in this connection? So is there anything the collective can do? Is there anything that you can do to support a healthy shift in direction in this connection? What can you do to support a healthy shift in direction in this connection? And again, this is if, it's not an ABUSIVE situation. And if it is that, then, don't access tarot readings and just please seek out support. Is there anything that you can do to support a healthy shift in direction in this connection? Four of Wands and Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we've got Three of Swords. So if there's been some manner of heartbreak in this connection, if something's happened that has caused a rift between you, there might be a need to process those emotions. Eight of Swords can be about self-limiting beliefs. Four of Wands is usually about commitment or sort of, advancing a connection, like a celebration. In this case, it looks like this turtle is celebrating by themselves. They're like, they won the race and they're waiting for the other parties to catch up, the rabbit to catch up. Having a nap under the foliage. Okay, so bottom of the deck with the Three of Swords, so that could refer to a heartbreak that is sort of in the background that's already occurred. It could also refer to emotional release. So Three of Swords can be about letting go, doing the healing work. And maybe that's, the shift in direction that's needed here. The Four of Wands is usually about like a community celebration, taking a next step, taking a commitment. It kind of, because I started here and then these came out, I'm seeing Eight of Swords is about self-limiting beliefs, or sort of could be about being in a victim mentality, holding oneself back, self-sabotage. So it may be that there's some self-sabotage about taking next steps in the relationship. If any of that is if any of that resonates or applies to your situation, then there would be a need to release self-limiting beliefs. And if there's been some past wounding, whether in this relationship or in a previous relationship, that is causing you to sabotage potential commitment with your person, then that's what would need to be released. That would be the change of approach that would lead to a better outcome. And so it looks like the better outcome is being represented as the sort of release of self-limiting beliefs around commitment. That it's up to you how that takes place. So, if you're in a situation that doesn't feel like it's right for you, or, with a person that you feel held back by, or in a connection that you feel held back by, then, it's possible that releasing the connection is what's best for you. If that's the case, then, take that message, take what resonates. It might also be that whether in this relationship or in the next relationship, if that's where you are wanting to take things, that you might have had some self-limiting beliefs or some self-sabotage around commitment that needs to be processed, needs to be, sort of grieved for, dealt with within yourself. And that's the release that needs to be happening as you move forward. So I think we're gonna pretty much end things there. We'll get some channeled messages, as I said we were going to do. We'll start with the Hidden Truth Oracle. Spirit, please tune me in to the person in the heart of the collective accessing this reading at the time that they are. Any channeled messages that want to come through from their person. What are the messages from your person? And this is assuming that you're in a situation that falls in the lower end of that spectrum we were talking about earlier. So these will not be messages from a person who has treated you with any abusive actions. So I will not be channeling that. What are the messages for the collective? I've got you are the best thing in my life. Any other messages from your person? I want to feel that way again. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Okay, Spirit, please tune me into the person of the collective accessing this reading at the time they're accessing the reading. Any messages from your person? We've got, I'm a very jealous person. Any other messages? We have, I just want you all the time. Any other messages? We've got, now is not the time. Any last messages from your person? We've got, I'm too afraid to talk. Any other messages from your person? We've got, if I follow you, I could lose everything. So that may be some like commitment phobia coming through. So, if there was something that you were wanting to explore in the relationship, they might be feeling like there could be a large cost to them in terms of either within the relationship or, maybe beyond. Maybe they feel like if they follow you into the realm of taboos that there might be, or sort of like secret desires. Maybe they're feeling like it might come with a hidden cost for them. Any other messages from your person? We have, I feel the same way. So that might speak to you. We've got seek professional advice and time to ground yourself. And this one was right under time to ground yourself. It says, I am in so much pain. Bottom of the deck, we've got yes. So those messages may speak to you. I think, seeking professional advice, if you feel like there's something that seeking professional advice could assist with, then, you may wish to follow that. Grounding, of course. Seeking professional advice and grounding are always good things to do. And it almost looks like your person, like maybe there's something that they're feeling that, like, if whatever you have brought into the connection, if it's something that is taboo, it might be, they might be scared of tapping into their own desires, and that might be coming up for them as you share yours. So if that's the interpretation that's resonating for you, then it might be that it's triggering for them. So whatever those deeper desires are for you that you're feeling like you need to create space for in your life, it might be that that's bringing up things for them that, they might want to create the same space for. And that can be really scary if it's not, something that's sort of arising organically from within oneself, but rather something that is coming through because of feeling like it's being kind of, nudged forward by another person. I don't know if I'm saying that very well, but it's like if they're like, just in combination with, if I follow you, I could lose everything. If they're feeling like there's a cost to going along with whatever your desires are, then, possibly the cost is not to do with your desires at all, but about them giving in to their own desires. And, maybe they're feeling like they need to seek professional advice or ground. And, I'm too afraid to talk with, I'm in so much pain. And perhaps there's some jealousies that are coming up for them in relation to what you've brought forward. So, yeah. I feel like we're at the what now stage. So, Spirit, could we please get some advice? So what's the advice for the collective? Spirit, what is the advice for the collective? What should you be focusing on right now? What's the takeaway from this reading? Please do ground yourself. Please drink water. If you feel like you need to, maybe take a pause or sit in meditation to sort of let the energy settle, please do that. Put on a favorite song, dance around, move your body, shake it out. Put your feet on the earth, connect with Spirit. I am definitely feeling like I need to ground after this reading. Let's come through with some kind of intense energies. Okay, do we have advice? What is the advice for the collective? Let love flourish at whatever pace it needs to. So a message to potentially slow down. Please be gentle with yourself. Spirit, what is your advice for the collective? Advice from Spirit for the collective. Have patience with other people's healing processes. Well, that's a powerful one. Bottom of the deck, we've got, don't underestimate the grace your body may need. I like that. Don't underestimate the grace your body may need. So treat your body gently. Take good care of yourself. Have patience. Be gentle with self. Have patience with others. And we're going to leave it there. So thanks for being here. Please do put a heart in the comments. If you have anything that you'd like to reflect on in respect to the reading, please go ahead and do that. I will put some resources in the description for this reading. And please take really good care of yourselves and each other. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Please do like, subscribe, and just put a heart in the comments or some other small little thing to let me know that you're here. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.